if you knew that human children and Pokemon would be harmed by Team Omni's actions, would you have chosen a different path?
I'm sure there was a reason. Yeah, I'm sure there was a very good reason, or yeah, a good explanation.
It wasn't. It was selfish. A god just simply wanted what he wanted. But he was a
Hmm.
dead god. And if becoming a god was in his power, required that you're becoming a god of what he wanted, if your sacrifice would have accomplished that, he would have killed you and you would not have ascended.
But he said we would ascend. Yeah, he said he would. Why would he lie to us? Yeah. Why would another Pokemon lie to us, especially a Pokemon god?
The Pokemon god was selfish. And the auras he absorbed, I don't even know if they had an afterlife.
We can't trust her. She's human. Yeah, humans lie. All humans lie.
Wow. Wow. Also, note, I get to decide where you go after this. And it seems that you're not regretful of your actions. Your actions seem vindictive and cruel. You only have concern over one race. That's unbelievably selfish.
We just want to be something. Yeah, we wanted to be useful. We didn't want to be useless. We wanted to ascend so we could be better than what we were. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, there's other ways of being better than what you were that don't involve the loss of lives.
We just wanted to ascend. Yeah, we want to be better than we were.
Well, maybe you can send in a place I can send you to. Maybe you'll learn a few things and be able to make better choices next time. Left.
Left. Ah. All of the souls get sucked. We're ascending! We're ascending! Ah!
Close. Puts the staff away and goes, that was disappointing.
Are you okay, Noir? Cam asks as he places a hand gently on your shoulder.
Not exactly, but I just hoped better, but people in Pokemon would be better, but sadly, there's a lot of evil in this world.
Chase will pass Noir on his way to Lux. He puts a hand on Noir's shoulder and he looks at her in the eyes and says, "Which door would you push me through?" Think about that. And then I'll pick up Lux and walk to the back. Lux, are you okay with it?
Yeah.
All that matters.
We should, get going. I don't think there's anything left here for any of us.
Charlie looks at Annie and the rest of the people like, is no one gonna talk about the site or
Oh,
no?
yeah, that is new. Nora, how have you been able to do that? Is that part of the Giratina deal? This is Tiffany speaking.
Under an hour ago.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Tiffany starts walking around, looking at it.
So
It's really shiny.
If they put that away, actually hit it and accidentally trigger that.
No. Nod steps back.
So you did encounter Giratina then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why didn't you I told you what I was willing to do. Why didn't you?
I already had to choose one family member over another. For good or for better, you were my family. And sacrificing you would have killed me. Fabian would have lost me. Remy would have lost me. You would have hurt me more than you did last time. I couldn't do that decision. Couldn't make that decision. I'm sorry.
Cam looks into your eyes very gently, and he takes his hand and he sort of, parts your hair a little bit gently, and then sort of takes her hand very gently on your cheek in a similar way that you saw them do in your vision.
She puts her hand on Cam's hand.
And he says, you are even more beautiful than when I last saw you.
He kind of cries a little bit and goes up embraces him. Just cries.
He will embrace you back.
Be vulnerable. Thank you for being here, Cam.
Don't thank me yet. We're not out of the woods yet.
I guess it can't be worse than dealing with the god of death himself or missing no.
I have a lot of questions, and I'm sure that there's a lot of things that you have to ask us, but they'll have to wait for later.
Understood. Let's get a move on.
All right. They will, between everyone who's arrived plus the Swana, you guys will all be able to fly yourselves to
human
Talos.
Pokeballs for the main cast, so it should be fairly easy.
That should be fairly easy. And just in the interest of time, we're going to say that you all stop by the hospital and drop off the humans and Pokemon who have been injured. I don't know if you will reveal to them that... I don't know if you will take the humans out of the Pokeballs before you show them, or if you're going to reveal to them that, hey, I've got these Pokeballs that can trap humans in them.
Probably not show that just yet.
All right, so you're not going to show that. And they will take everyone into the hospital. And of course,
Okay,
the Pokemon
actually,
will be
real
taken
quick, before that happens, while the people are getting them out of Pokeballs, Tiffany's going to get Lobel out of his ball, and she is going to use Bounty of Life on him.
Okay. You will use Bounty of Life on him, and it will miraculously heal whatever was ailing Lobel, and he will start to stir groggily.
I know you hate being woken up, but... Coma.
Tiffany?
Yeah,
Where am
me.
I?
Geoshan City.
What in blazes are we doing in Geosenge City?
Well, Missing No was in control of your body. We stopped Missing No, so you're free of that now. And yeah, I know about you offering yourself up as a host, as well as that Mom was its host before. And we have a lot to talk about.
Wait, you destroyed the demon? The demon in... He looks a little dazed by that. This must be a dream. I don't understand. I'm in a very strange city. My daughter is talking to me about delusions of grandeur, killing a...
Your daughter set off a
demigod.
lightning storm in your office. Don't you remember this?
I thought that was a dream as
Those are
well.
not the legendaries, remember? Straight up asked you if you knew what 797 or LBL meant. Which you lied to me about, or Missing No lied to me. I guess it's a gray area.
I don't feel it anymore, now that you
Because
mention
it's
it.
dead, as far as we know.
Impressive. Thank you.
Tiffany proceeds to hug him.
He will hug you back.
Okay, I gotta go, and you should still get checked out. You've been in a coma for a few hours, and... Do you have your phone on you?
Yes,
I
going
did
to
not
ask.
exactly check your pockets.
Trenton, how is Trenton? And them?
I haven't talked to anyone since I left for Johto.
I'm sorry, Tiffany. We'll talk later then.
Okay, well, you can contact people and find out what's going on the home front. Also, gestures to people coming out of Pokeballs. If you're feeling up to it, keep an eye on those guys and girls and Pokemon.
Who are they?
Victims. Same as you. Thanks. I really don't want to let back at it go.
I don't know how you did all of this, Tiffany, but
I'm awesome. When are you gonna learn that?
you're a Benoit. Of course you're awesome.
Of course I am. We're the best.
Actually, she's a Fernandez out of character, but don't tell him that.
I know, right?
Don't mess the mood. Don't mess the moment. All right, and then you will be able to admit everybody into the hospital. When you guys arrive, you probably will feel exhausted, so you may want to rest up and sleep. In fact, that is what Cam is going to recommend, because they could just jump into what they wanted to talk to you about, but seeing how you guys just finished this big giant battle, maybe it's better to not address anything heavy until the next day. So that's what he's going to recommend, that you all get a good night's sleep, and then you'll have your discussion when you wake up.
Annie probably conked out on the way there.
Okay.
Way back.
Steven! In your
Yes.
sleep, this is what you see. You are in some sort of strange-looking office. There is a painting on the side of the office, this big giant mural that has this image of a Pangoro, I think. Pangoro in a suit. And you, quote unquote, are sitting at some sort of official looking desk. Very, very awesome looking desk. And this Pokemon that looks like a giant flower, Flora, walks into your desk, and Flora is wearing this suit. She's wearing like a power suit kind of thing. And she will bow and say, "Mr. President?" You hear a voice from you speaking. "Flora, come on in, come in. Mr. President, I have some urgent news to report." "Speak." "The humans, they have tried to amass some sort of army, some sort of resistance to overthrow us. They had this serum, this formula serum that they were trying to inject into other Pokemon in hopes of using them as weapons. They were going to use our own against us through some sort of messed up formula." "Yes." "I was debating over whether or not I should negotiate things with the Elite Four. But after finding this out, I know now that the humans cannot be trusted. Bring down the wall." "Of course." You will see visions, even more visions. Time speeds up a little bit. You're not really sure how much time has passed, maybe a day, maybe a week, you don't know. But you will see the wall. You'll see a bunch of rangers, and there is a red alert. All of the rangers are running around not in a panic, but they definitely seem to be stressed. And you can hear booms and explosions as cracks in the wall start to form. And eventually, the wall starts to tumble down, and this big giant wave of Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon invade into Kanto. There's lots of screaming, there's lots of fires, the world is shaking, the weather is tumultuous, whirlwind winds, tornadoes, hurricanes, all in the wake of the Pokemon. From all around the world, they try to join in. Some of the nations try to remain uninvolved as much as possible until they're forced to being involved. Many of the nations decide to give aid to Kanto to fight back the Pokemon. Unfortunately, many of the Pokemon also in the neighboring nations see what these Pokemon are doing, and they actually side with the Johto Pokemon. The world is split, and a big giant war rages on for many months. In the end, the Pokemon are victorious. Many changes, sweeping changes happens throughout the world. And many of the things that were adapted in Johto are being adapted worldwide. Sure, there are different groups and sects of nations where humans are still the dominant species. But over time, generation after generation after generations, the Pokemon slowly reverse their roles, and they become the masters, and the humans become whatever you want to call them. The humans are salty. Many of them are salty at first. But generations pass, and over time, it just becomes accepted. And peace happens throughout the world. With, again, the Pokemon on top and the humans on the bottom. Your vision fades. And you wake up, Stephen.
This thing just got much more harder. Notebook out, start to write everything down.
The next morning will roll around, and you all gather in some sort of room. And you guys will not have seen the entire structure. Like, there's this base, there's like this underground base that they take you, but they're not going to show you the device yet or anything like that. Because you all just decided to go to bed. But there is this like meeting room that you guys can all gather in to have your little discussion.
Charlie made cookies.
Charlie made cookies.
Aw, Charlie's best.
All right, gang, Cam says, we have to talk because it's time that we sort of told you what we've been up to, and I would appreciate it if you all let me finish explaining everything before you respond. It would just make things so much easier. Let's start from the beginning. And just to paraphrase, he's going to pretty much tell you virtually everything that went on that's relevant, at least, from session 1, all about how they met each other, all about how they met Darkrai, all about the visions that Darkrai gave them, and then he starts talking to you about the device, and he starts telling you about the thoughts in the device and how they were hoping they would be able to use this to prevent the vision that they saw from happening. He will explain to you about the targeting system that I explained to you. He'll explain to you about the psychic, like, secondary targeting system, and he will explain to you about the different modes of which the targets could be affected, either by incapacitating the targets or brainwashing them. At this point, I don't think Steven's said anything about his dream yet. I think he's just waiting.
Nothing at all. He's been
So he's not going to say anything about his dream yet. Cam finishes by saying, we didn't feel that we should use this weapon unless we got more opinions on the table. We thought that this was too important of a decision to make, and we thought that we owed it to you to at least be able to weigh in. What are your thoughts?
Well, thanks for including us, first of all.
Yes, thank you.
Turns to the rest of the group. What do you guys think about all this?
We can't use the device.
Do you just want things to play out the way that they play out?
And Cassie will slowly nod.
We'll lose a lot of lives that way. This war will, if it happens, it'll take lives on both sides. At least in this arrangement, we can have all the casualties be on their side, not ours. Isn't that better?
I mean,
Better is about
it?
perception, really.
Yeah. Before we go any further, I saw a doppelganger of your father. It doesn't seem to be the same one. It seems to be whatever this world's version of him is. But he's the human of President Bo, the leader of Giotto. And he has
Bangor.
worked on teleportation devices.
Steven says Bangor.
Yeah, that's what President Bo is.
You know about the president?
We were on Giotto
Take
not
out the
too long ago.
notebook. I take out the notebook, turn to the last page, and shove it to the table. Eat that.
Got another dream.
Yep.
Yay.
When is this? So, Steven, you're saying this is what happens if we don't do anything?
Yes.
Steven, you believe the answer is yes. If you decide not to
Yes.
use the device, that is what's going to happen.
Then we have to use the device.
But he doesn't know.
He knows better than any of us do.
His visions have been right before, until we did something about it. That's the only reason we've been able to avoid a lot of the things that we've seen.
Exactly.
I understand the reservations of using this device. And yes, I was not completely oblivious to the fact that maybe doing all of this was for naught, and maybe at the end the right decision was not to use it. But I have to ask you too, if you guys did nothing, if your group saw what you saw from Cresselia, and you decided maybe we shouldn't do anything and just let things play out, what do you think would have happened if you didn't do something?
Okay, but you're taking that when you guys created this. They're completely different things. We didn't see the things that Cresselia showed us and decided, oh, well, we'll just create a giant ray to fix all of our problems.
Yours was a different problem than ours. You have your part in preventing a war, we have ours.
Yeah, well, what will your part amount to?
A lot less casualties on our side than theirs.
And you know
Isn't
this
that-
how?
Because we know how the machine works, and it focuses in on that region, and more specifically the people in that region, and well, Pokemon in that region that mean to do our region harm.
And you think just getting rid of one or two bad apples, that'll just fix it all?
It might make them more scared, those that don't want war right now.
Isn't that what you guys were trying to do with Team Omni? If you
Team
had a
Omni.
weapon that could get rid of all of Team Omni, would you not use it?
We wouldn't. Right, guys? Cassie will look at the others.
Pauses, looks around. Molly Chase used to be part of Omni. Would we get rid of them too?
Exceptions can be made, of course. Again, if you use the psychic secondary targeting system, if you have a very powerful psychic, you can filter out and make exceptions for specific people.
Glares at
Where-
him. Then shifts her gaze to Noir.
Where are you going
Now
to
I see why we're
find
here.
someone powerful enough to do that? Who would be willing to do that? Like, who would you?
I wasn't going to suggest anyone necessarily specifically, but if we don't, then the weapon is going to be far less.
Precise.
The net would be a lot wider than I would be comfortable with.
Even using the weapon at all, considering what it did to our world, Cam?
Nor if it
Wait,
makes you feel better, you weren't the first choice. Or, I mean, the first person we thought about.
Huh? Oh. No.
And
Anthony.
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 I don't trust Anthony, personally. Not from what I heard.
he's my brother, but I can't really say I do either. I do in some way, but not with this.
Maybe the first question is to decide, based on what Cassie just said, do we even use it or not? We can take the risk of not using it, but I don't know, guys. I'm trusting Steven's visions here. It hasn't been wrong yet. Only until we did something did they become wrong.
Only until you made a decision.
It's too big of a risk not to use it. We need to nip this problem at the bud before it gets any worse.
Do we know if the human? Stephen, you mentioned your dream. Did you tell us all the details?
That's all in the notes. That's all I saw.
Okay.
Everything was
So
very
Do you know
speed up.
when? Do you know how soon that's going to happen? That hasn't happened yet, right? Steven, it hasn't happened yet.
No,
but
but I don't know how much time the Alka is going to give us.
You actually do know at this point.
Okay.
Your dreams are actually able to give you
Okay.
a relatively good idea of when.
Okay.
You believe that the scene where Flora comes in to Bo's office to report about the serum is going to happen within the next 24 hours. You're not really sure when, but within the next 24 hours, Flora will report to Bo what she found out about the serum.
Oh, great.
Chase pulls over the book. He starts flipping through the pages until he gets to the last page where the latest Stephen dream is written. And he focuses on the word peace. And he throws the book in front of Cassie. And he says, "We're not doing anything, but I don't think it's for the reason you think. I think we're not doing anything because the Pokemon do need to run the show. The result is peace."
Oh, hell no. That's just,
No one dies. No one dies.
people will die, Chase.
Yeah.
How?
In the
They'll be
first assault.
subservient. But based on Steven's vision, I don't see anything here about.
Kanto's going to be the first place invaded.
And if we turn on that machine, Jodo will be.
So
Every
can
action
we
we
give...
take is going to have a reaction, right?
We don't.
So could we warn Joda we have this potential to do this thing if they don't back down? Maybe that could lead to a peace talk.
They're
Could
still
really
make a
force
weapon
them
of
to
their
speak to
own.
us.
Everyone, when a weapon like this is used, anyone who knows of the existence is just going to make their own version somehow.
We will.
This isn't
right
something
after
that
we
should
use it, we'll
exist.
destroy the plans, and it won't be used ever again. just for this situation.
How do you
This
know?
situation only.
How do you
We'll
know
destroy
that you
it.
destroyed it all? Like, how do you know if someone's not going to figure it out somehow?
That's irrelevant, Noir. Sooner or later, someone would figure it out. Once one thing happens in a universe, it's possible for that phenomena to repeat itself.
If you woke up in the morning and you turned to your side and you saw that your Pokemon or your loved one, some family member, was turned to stone, would you accept the world for what it was? If you
No.
turned to them and you asked them who you were and they said they didn't remember because they were brainwashed, is that the kind of world you'd like to wake up to?
But I thought we were trying to avoid missing nose version of the world.
Maybe Missing Row was right, Molly. Omnibus and unum.
No.
But what at cost?
If you don't want people to die, the less violent approach, and I know people in this room are not going to like it, but if you don't want anyone to die, the less violent approach is to change the minds of the people who do want war.
You can't just
That would be
magically
the-
change people's minds.
Yes, we can with this device.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I don't-
tattoo artist. Let me rephrase that. Yes, you have the capability of just magically changing people's minds. Go on.
If you had to choose between that or mass tons of innocent people dying, what would you choose?
All right, if there's going to be death, there's going to be death. If there's going to be war, there's going to be war. But at least let the lives lost have meaning to them. At least let it be a choice. If the Pokemon feel strongly enough that they want to rise up to gain equality or gain dominance or whatever they'll do, then let them do it. They've earned that much. And if the humans in turn feel strongly enough to fight back, to regain what they've lost or to keep what they have, then let them do that.
But will anything
Let it be
change-
their choice. Because
But will
otherwise, no one will learn anything from this.
But will anything change other than just having the Pokemon be in charge? How do we know it won't just be the exact same thing, only reversed?
It might.
Then we
But at
wouldn't
least
be
then,
any things
It
wouldn't
would
be
have
any
happened
better.
naturally.
Then things wouldn't be any better than where we started. Name one. You've seen Johto. Name one thing, just one thing, that they have improved on in their society that isn't just them gaining power over us. Just one.
Cassie will look to Jace.
For one, the time I spent in there, I didn't see them squabbling over their own problems like the humans do.
Well, we only spent a couple days there.
Yeah, and we were
They've been
pretty
at that
goal
for 10 years.
focused.
I didn't see any rebellious groups. I didn't see any crime waves. I didn't hear about any of that. Spend time in. Go ahead.
And out of
Yes.
character, psychics were definitely treated better out of character.
I would like to think that they found some sort of harmony. They know how to exist in unity more than humans do.
Talk to them. Talk to them before this happens. Explain.
Yeah.
Tell them before that Proa tell us about the serum. We destroyed the serum completely.
Yes, we did. We burned and destroyed all the copies of that serum. The thing that they're squabbling about.
And if we tell them about it before Flora, then it won't have the same effect, or it shouldn't.
Whenever you've changed anything before it happened, the results always changed, yes?
Yes. When we have done something, then we should have changed. They haven't happened.
So we stop Flora. And then we have this conversation again. We let Bo make a decision for his people. And we use one of ours to add diplomacy into the mix before we start pressing buttons.
So, do we tell him about the serum? Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, if
And
we,
for
it's
Flora
much
does?
better. Well, if we explain what happened, that we destroyed it because we didn't like the idea of hurting Pokemon either. With that serum and using them to fight in a war. That would help. I think that would change.
But would he listen to humans over other Pokemon? Maybe we can have one of the Pokemon go in and tell them instead of us, so that there's a bit more of a chance that he could be persuaded.
Molly looks at the Pokemon and she asks them as a group, You all talked to President Bo, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Did he at least seem like a reasonable Pokemon?
No. His solution for peaceful was let's mind wipe all the humans. So,
Oh. So
Meh.
they're actually attempting to do the same thing.
yeah,
Well-
Bo kind of wants to go to war at the end of the day. He said as much himself.
He was, Fern adds, if he was considering not doing it for a while when he thought polls were going to go that direction. But a human named Bill did something that swayed the vote towards war. And I don't know what we can do to sway the vote towards not for peace again. It's
Wait,
very
Bill.
troubling.
Is
But he did
someone
listen.
translating? Is someone translating that to Burnstock?
Lux will translate.
Lux is translating.
Yeah. Well,
But he did-
you're Bill, the one who created PCs.
That one. And
Hmm.
but President Bo did let our humans out. He's a religious guy, and we said that humans were touched by God, the gods and stuff, the legendaries, whatever you call them, I don't know. And he was willing to listen long enough to let the humans tell him about the Team Omni and stuff, and let us stop missing no. So he's not entirely opposed to working with humans.
Molly had perked up at the sound of he's religious, but she says nothing.
If Bill was tinkering with the votes, then it must be some sort of technological vote, virtual vote.
We're technically sent to work by the legendaries. So we might have a chance for him to be listening to us.
And we defeated Missing No, and we rescued people from Omni.
Noir works for Giratina.
Yeah.
So our plan is to appeal to President Bo, despite what Flora may or may not tell him, and see if they can come to some sort of understanding.
Well,
And
Plan
if that
A.
doesn't work, if that doesn't work, we go back to the machine plan.
hopefully
Okay,
we'll
how far are you willing to take the machine plan?
I don't want to kill anybody. I never wanted to.
Why? But this vision you had, it's my sister's a ranger. She's on the front lines. Whatever happens, I'm losing someone.
We don't none of us want to kill anyone, but I'm just afraid that people will die anyway if we don't do something.
And if we use the machine through the more peaceful option, then no lives will be lost. That would be a good plan B option.
Kaya looks a little uncomfortable about the whole discussion, but go ahead.
When all else fails, that's... we do what we have to do.
Yes.
So I guess we're all in agreement. We'll start with trying to appeal to Bo first before doing anything.
Yeah.
Seems like the best course of action.
Do we have easy access back to Johto?
Well, we
That is a good point.
we
Would
got
the teleportation pad get us back? Or
Yeah, you believe it can.
we have a teleportation pad. Cassie? Girl genius? You could get us home? Or back to Black and White House, I guess?
If we get to the teleportation pad, maybe.
Okay.
So, should we have people? Who should go?
I'm going.
Should we?
Okay.
How do we know if it worked or not? Like, we could get there, have these negotiations, and then just get killed. How do we get
It's a risk.
word out to people back here? So the next decision can be made. Do we
Steven,
intend to
did you
force our way
say-
out?
Steven, did you say Theta can act as a Wi-Fi hotspot?
Can he?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
If
Yeah,
we
he
send
can.
Theta with the person that goes, maybe we can keep in contact anyway.
I at least want to try talking before we
I do too.
start firing things.
I should go as well. President Bo's
Aren't
spoke to me
you
before.
gonna... Oh, true.
It might
Aren't you gonna
be
be psychic here, though? In case.
true.
All right.
I don't really want to be involved.
Talking sounds good, Kyle says, approvingly.
Yeah, if we'd known that Pokemons were having that kind of situation beyond the wall, we might have done these things differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing you had that dream then.
Chase will stand
Yeah.
behind Molly and put a hand on her shoulder. And he just says, patience, blind faith requires patience. And he squeezes Molly's shoulder.
When Chase puts his hand on her shoulder, he will feel Molly trembling. And she's whispering. If he's listening to her, she's also whispering, "You help me, Palkia help me, Ho-Oh help me." And she's just repeating the gods' names over and over and over.
And Chase takes her hand.
Molly squeezes it, and she looks up at him, doesn't say anything, just looks at him. And she says, Ian is going with me. Imp is going with me.
I just got used to calling him I'm going back to calling you Chase.
Are the Pokemon going as well?
I would assume, unless you want to guard here.
Well, I think you guys know how to use that weapon if I'm not here.
I suppose so.
Because I don't want Theta going alone. I don't want to leave
That's
Theta.
understandable.
I don't know if I feel comfortable you being there, Steven. No offense, because if you're taken, it's not just your brain that they're gonna take away from us, it's your dreams too.
We'll say you know how to make the device. If a psychic Pokemon powerful enough gets a hold of you, that could
Yeah.
be disaster. You need not to go anywhere near any psychics. All of you.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know far too. The information all of you know is far too dangerous, no matter what the decision is in the future.
Whatever happens, I don't understand any of it, so I suppose
Yeah,
I
but
could go.
if someone reads your mind and they can understand it, still a risk. You guys have been carrying around plans for in your minds of a weapon beyond imagination.
I have plans for that too. I want someone to erase those memories.
Isn't that risky? What if you don't get them back?
Well, you
Well,
weren't going to
this
build
is-
any more of them, were you?
No, I never want to build that thing again. Ever. My plan was when that weapon was destroyed, and all the physical plans we had would be erased and destroyed as well. I would have someone erase those plans from my head.
Very brave of you, Stephen.
But not until
I want
everything's
to be-
over, right?
Yeah. I still need those memories to still make sure that weapon works.
Yeah, because if things go awry, then and we have to use it, I don't trust myself trying to maneuver that thing.
Me neither. I'm just a tattoo artist, after all.
Yeah, I was planning on erasing my memories after weapon was used and destroyed.
Then erase mine, and I'll go there and protect Theta, I guess.
Charlie, it's too dangerous. What if
I can heal people. I can have a purpose, I guess.
I know, but if you're going, then I'm going.
Guardians, I love you.
I love you too.
How about me? Should I go or should I stay here? Cam asks.
How are your negotiation skills? Molly asks, still quite visibly trembling.
Honestly, I don't think I'm any better than any average person.
Maybe you should stay here with Steven.
Noah looks at the group and also goes, am I staying or am I going?
If we failed, they needed someone to target. Aren't you the only option?
I don't want
Only
to be
person you are the only person that I would think would be trusted to use that weapon, that thing.
But you also had the best luck with Poe last time, didn't you?
Bo met you before.
Yeah. I don't know which is the better option. I don't want to be anywhere near that machine. I don't want it to be turned on, but it seems that most of the people here want to use it, and I can understand why you want to use it.
We don't have to worry about that until we talk. What do you want to do, Noir? You can stay here, you can go with them.
I want the best chance of peace, so I think I want to go with them. If I really want that weapon not to be used. If I fail, if I don't come back, maybe try Sabrina.
Kyle asks, how about me? Do you want me to come with, or do you want me to stay here?
Molly looks at Tiffany.
I'd prefer you with, but
I'm
it's
there.
entirely up to you.
I'm there.
All right then.
All right. Then it's settled.
How's Sniffles gonna hold up with his whole glitch status right now?
Sniffles is over at the Pokemon Center. I'll check up on
Okay.
him afterwards.
Yeah. Try and get a priestess of Mu to perform a type sync ritual on him with someone who's psychic or has a strong aura connection. That should be illuminating it.
Good advice.
And Cam,
Yeah, Cam says.
make sure to take care of Cole for me. Make sure he doesn't get too bored. He might destroy stuff.
Oh, you know me, Annie. Nothing's boring about me. All right.
Molly will go up to Cassie, and she'll just kind of offer like a hug. Just offer her a hug.
Cassie is standing with her arms folded, and as Molly approached, she could see that she was quite tense, squeezing her biceps and everything. And at the offer of the hug, she seems to relax a little bit, but she doesn't extend her arms and just casts a little glance at her and says, "Good luck out there."
Molly will instead of hugging her, she'll just kind of take Cassie's shoulders and just kind of pat them and say, and she'll do a little tap on her forehead if Cassie will do a mind message thing.
Yeah.
She'll say, this is so huge, and I just remember we started this journey together. We're not done yet.
Not yet.
And
So, do what you can.
of course. And she says, no matter what happens, I'm asking you, just please trust me.
All right.
And Molly's she's trembling. She's trembling quite a bit. Like I'd say yes, visibly trembling. And if kind of involuntarily, she'll send the message. My parents are out there.
They are.
And she says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Hopefully we'll fix all this, okay?"
We won't let the device go off.
Okay. And she'll pat Cassie's shoulder, and Molly will actually turn to Steven next. Say, if anything happens to me, take care of Alicia, okay?
Of course, but I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't think Alicia would ever forgive me if something happened to you.
Well, I'd better make sure I come back then.
You will.
And she kind of pats him on the shoulder too.
Same.
And yeah, that's it.
Tiffany's gonna go over to Cassie, dig through her bag. Originally, I was gonna ask to trade you either the psychic or the fairy for this. Holds up the rock plate. I don't trust the Johto Pokemon not to hand it to the wrong people again, like they did with Omni. Keep it safe.
Absolutely. And at that, she'll reach out and take it.
Take care of
Thank you.
yourself, okay? I'm
You too.
hoping peace talks work, but I'm gonna say it. I'm on team use the laser if things go wrong. Or ray or whatever it is.
I'll make sure things are handled over here.
Alright. I'm sorry, Cassie. I know this isn't easy.
Some things just have to be done.
I know. Alright.
Charlie looks at Cam. Nods. We're gonna make it out of there. Everything's gonna be amazing, and we're gonna come back, and peace is gonna be peaceful, and thank you. I mean, yeah, we all met before, but if it hadn't been for you, I don't think me and Annie would. Thank you.
Charlie, I'm so glad you're not dead.
Yay.
Can we?
Thank you.
Can you try to maintain that, please?
I will.
I'll make sure of it.
Cam will give you a pat on the back. You two watch each other. I know you will.
Always. To the end.
Charlie looks to his phone like he's going to call someone, or no, we're gonna make it out.
Steven's going to talk to Noah.
Okay.
Noah.
Stephen?
Hey, Noah, I know about things. Cam told me about things I did in your world.
Yeah.
And one of those things might be still in your head.
Were you involved with the augmentations that Geralt did? I found that out
Yes,
that
I
he's altered my
created them.
sights and some of my reflexes.
Yes, I was the one who created them.
Not you, other you. Okay.
Yes. Do you want to get them removed? When you
Can
get
they
back,
still control me?
there's a chance it could be if someone found out a way that found out you had that kind of chip in your head. It
Okay, I want
could
that turned
be.
off and removed. To be honest.
Yes. Ever since I heard about what I did, I've been studying augmentation. I'm trying to learn, and when I learn how these things work, how they work, I promise I will remove it.
Thank you. That means a lot. I would slap the other you, but you can get a hug.
Okay.
I just go talk to Cassie about something. Thank you.
Of course.
Ice plate for Cassie.
Cassie then will reach out and take it with a little nod of thanks.
While kind of this little brush against her ear, sadly going telepathic communication.
Yeah, Nora will feel the presence in her mind.
Hi, Cassie. So if we do come back and negotiations have failed, I know you're against weapon as well.
Yeah.
If push comes to shove and majority believe the weapon should be used one way or another, what do you want to do about it?
For now, just make sure you guys call in ahead of time, giving us the results.
Okay.
We'll see what
What you
happens.
go, what you want to do, I'll side with you. Okay?
Appreciate that.
We're roommates. We gotta look out for each other.
Glad someone's got my back. Right.
I've seen
Well,
what that weapon does. It's not pretty.
and considering the potential consequences if it's not used, you are okay with that?
I know I will try to get Fabian out of the war, one way or another, even if I have to find a way to get into a different universe. I offer you, your family, the same offer.
Thank you.
Good luck.
You too.
She says good luck out loud. It's like patting your hand.
Then the same.
She walks away. Joins others.
All right, so you will fly back to Chase City, which is what I call Suotopolis City, and then you will. Have I made you blush yet, Shay? Okay. And you will get back to the device, the transportation device. I'm sure that Steven, or actually Cassie and Steven have stayed behind. So I'm sure the two of them can somehow talk you through activating the device. And it might take a little bit longer, but you'll eventually get it. And just so I know, who's not in Pokeballs when you teleport? Who are not in Pokeballs when you teleport?
Does Annie and Charlie have their own Pokeballs, or do they not have any?
I'm assuming you can get some. I'm assuming you guys got plenty. So
she'd be a little hesitant at first, but she'd go into one.
All right.
Just to see what it feels like.
So who is going to not be in a Pokeball when you travel?
Molly.
Molly's not going to be in a Pokeball.
You sure?
Are you sure?
They didn't. The ones come pointing out that they didn't see you before.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you should ask them hey, can we bring out Molly?
Molly will be in a ball then.
Oh well, Tiff. Darn.
So who's?
I will go they saw me go in, so it would be odd if I'm not there.
Okay, so who's carrying the Pokeballs?
Noir. All of them.
Who's not with the group?
No one? None of the Pokemon are carrying the Pokeballs?
Well, I'm assuming Ooh would carry Tiffany's.
Okay, so Ooh is carrying Tiffany's. Who else?
Probably Kyle's too.
You could carry many of them.
Also, we can hide Fader in Noir's augmentations. So it's not. We didn't bring an extra Pokemon who has hacking abilities. What are you talking about?
Okay, so which Pokemon are going? You and who else?
Bullet's going.
Bullet's going. And that...
Theta, of course.
Theta's going.
Yeah.
Is Fern going?
Is Fern going?
Bug is probably going, but he's just in a pocket.
Fern will go, but she won't say anything unless people prompt her. Just because...
Fern has such a good rapport with Bo.
Yeah, that's where she's going.
So Fern is going?
Yeah.
Okay, Fern is going.
Lux?
Lux or Remy, are they going?
Lux is going. I will do an admin that Tiffany did fix his costume overnight.
Okay.
So it's back to normal.
And Remy's in a ball.
Okay. All right. So the only people who are out are Bullet, Fern, and Lux. Is that correct? Okay.
Please do.
Yeah, and Theta's technically out as well.
Theta's technically out as well. Okay. You guys will teleport and make your way back to the black and white house once again. There isn't anyone in the immediate area, but you can hear people walking down the hallways. I mean, there's general background noise, as you would expect in the black and white house.
Well, we're here.
You says, maybe he's back in his office?
Yeah. I'm just not sure if we leave here if we're going to get with security or not.
Maybe we should talk to that scientist guy and like go, hey, we did the thing. We need to go talk to the president to report on what happened.
Okay, can you find him? You're the tracker of the group now.
Oh, okay. Sniff, sniff.
You're gonna sniff around, and I'm gonna say that, I mean, once you leave this room, you're going to find a hallway, and relatively busy hallway, and there's going to be Pokemon walking up and down the hallway. You can hear the voice of a tour guide giving another tour around the black and white house.
Okay. Noir looks out for this. Fern looks out for this. Fern looks at Noir and goes, "You should go in your ball." Whatnot, and goes into the ball. And then tries to smell out President Bo or the scientist guy is looking for someone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to
away.
say that you will be able to catch a whiff of the scientist guy. He actually is relatively close because he's, where he's probably like by where the teleportation machine is normally anyway.
Okay.
So you might see him. He's actually coming out of the restroom.
Hey, we're back.
Oh.
I killed a legendary.
So you finished what you accomplished?
Yeah.
Wow. So everything is good, then
Debatable. We can just speak to the president if that would be possible. You're kind of connected to him. Or, yeah, connected is the right word.
You want to speak with President Bo? Well, I can check and see if he's free.
Thank you.
Where's the rest of you?
And transport. Don't worry.
Well,
We had some injured. They needed to stay behind so they could get healed up.
that makes sense. All right. Wait in the room, the secret room, and I'll have somebody fetch you. While you guys are talking to Dr. Peralt, Remy, you are just like hanging out, and you see that there is a bunch of trash bags that are sort of piled up right outside of the hallway, and right outside, and the trash bags are overflowing, and your eye kind of catches a crumpled up piece of paper that overflew. You start sniffing. The scent is really, really familiar. It smells a lot like you can't quite put your mind on the scent, but it's
sidekick. And he dodges off.
You dart off without okay
to the trash. Yeah.
You dart over to the trash and you find this piece of paper that smells a lot like Mortimer, and you uncrumple it up, and it's this really, really sweet little drawing of the two of you and how you guys are best friends forever, but for whatever reason it's all crumpled up. Why would anybody crumple up such a beautiful picture? And he actually got your fur perfectly. It's so shiny.